Hey, what's up, guys? Good morning to all. I figured I'd make a quick little video on a range test. I figured I'd just throw it in there. I'm getting ready to do some deliveries, as you can see. I got the bag strapped on. Get ready to do some deliveries, and Jed H, Jedh, it's in a comment. It was like, how many miles can you get on it, per charge? And I did it just estimating on my own, but now I downloaded a speedometer that could track how many miles it is I've gotten, and I'm gonna, go by the speedometer on here. I'm gonna determine it by the trip, and so we'll have two things to determine it by. I don't know how accurate it is, but at least we'll get something. I don't know if it goes by miles per hour or kilometers per hour, either one. But if we find out it's kilometers per hour, we could just do the conversion. But either way, it'll be on the display. So yeah, I'm just gonna let's turn it on so you can see. Okay, so right now we're at 100%. So when it gets down to like maybe 70 volts, or I'd say 69, I'll try to get it to 69 or 68. That's usually when people charge. You can go lower, but you got to remember about the voltage sag too. Like if you have like 67 or something like that, and you pull down on a throttle, it's going to drop down, and you risk hitting that 60 volt mark, and that makes the scooter cut off. So usually like around, I don't know, 70 volts or 69 volts, people will stop and charge. I'm going to be doing it on a low setting, so this will be a test for a low setting. So let's see here, for mode, go through real quick. Okay, so P7 is your acceleration is on level 5. That's the lowest setting for that. Level 0 is the the fastest, and P9, the overall motor torque, is on level 1. Okay, the gear is still on level 3. We haven't changed that, and the percentage, not this percentage, this is the battery percentage, but the overall percentage is still on 100. I'll show you that. That's P8. Yeah, see, we didn't lower the percentage of the overall power. And we're gonna have eco mode pushed in. So this is kind of like the lowest setting, but not the lowest setting possible. Obviously, you could lower the power amount and the gear, but we want to keep it, somewhat moving. It's not gonna have a crazy takeoff or nothing like that, but it'd be interesting to see what range we get. So I'll record it. I'll have the app open. We'll go off the app, and we'll go off the trip here. Okay, the trip, this is the time. We're gonna do trip. You see this trip? I reset it already, so it's already at 0. So in the end, when I'm ready to charge, we'll see what that's at, and we'll check the app. So that's it for now. So I'm gonna go do some deliveries, and I'll check back again when it is ready to be charged and I'm switching to the other scooter. Alright guys, so we back in. It is no longer the morning time, it is the afternoon. So I just got done doing some deliveries. I went out at 7:30. It is now like 12:30. So yeah, I've been out for a while, and I'm gonna go get my turbo wheel and do some more. But anyway, let's see. I haven't checked it yet myself. Let's see the results of the trip. Yep. Okay, so trip says 39.3 miles. Okay, so kind of what I figured. I know it'll get like 40 miles, so looks like it's 40. Now it's at 26%, so there's still some battery left in here. Where's my voltage? There we go. So it's at 69.7. So this is what the tricky part is, okay? So technically the cutoff point on the scooter is 60 volts, either 60 volts or 58 volts or something like that. But the tricky part comes when you're trying to ride it until 60 volts exactly, because the voltage sag starts to kick in. When you press this, the voltage sag will go down. Like on a lower setting, it'll go to like 3 and whatnot, like 3 down. So at 69, it'll go 68, 67, 66. When you pull the throttle down, it'll go to 66. When you let go, it'll go back to 69 until, you know, the volt at 69 is depleted. That's the way it works. So, but if you have it on a high setting, it's gonna drop down 6. Okay, so it'll say 69, but when you pull this down, it'll drop down 6, and that's a lot more. That's like double than 3. And if you're at 65 volts or 64 volts and you pull this on the highest setting, it's probably going to cut off because you're hitting the cutoff the cutoff point with the voltage sag. So yeah, that's how it works. I did a video with the experiment where I got it to 60, but it was really hard to do. You know, I had to lower it really low, and you can still get a little bit more out of this. Drops like 3, so I would say maybe at like, how many volts? 65 volts or 64 volts. Since this drops down by 3, I would say that's enough. Like, you gotta stop, because you don't want it to cut off on you from voltage sag, because if that happens, you will not be able to turn the scooter back on. Okay, you're gonna have to wait. You're gonna have to wait till you get home, plug it in the wall, and it recognizes the charger, and it'll turn back on. I'm pretty sure that's how this scooter was, but every scooter that I had that's died from voltage sag, you know, hitting it, you can't turn it back on. You have to get the power plug. So I'm gonna put the results of the app as well. Let's see what the app says. But again, let's get another look at it. 39 for trip. I reset that to 0. 39. So pretty much kind of like 40 miles on the low setting. Also, you got to keep in mind my weight. I'm about 190, possibly even 200. Plus my bag, my lock. I have a forget about it U-lock right here. Really big, thick lock. So yeah, take all that into consideration. If you're lighter than me, this is going to be bigger. Okay, this is kind of, you know, on lower settings. So I'll probably do one day on higher settings, but I'm using this for deliveries, and I do ride this on higher settings, but I do it when I go to work or when I go to the store. I put it on low setting to save battery. So yeah, that's it. I just figured I'd make a video on it. I'll show the results of the app as well, and maybe I'll do a highest setting version. So all right.